Alright, so today we're going to check out things Filipinas fear when dating a foreigner. Alright, let's check this out.
Filipino women have the smallest natural breasts in the world. You're only dating a foreigner because you want his money. Fear of not being able to express their feelings. And if your statement is grammatically wrong, then they will laugh at you. Foreigners are known to having bigger D.
Bigger.
Come up here.
Oh my God.
Does it? Let me know in the comments.
Wow.
Hello everyone, how are you guys doing today? I hope you are doing
I had to laugh for that one.
amazing. Well, today's video we are going to talk about things a Filipina fears when dating a foreigner. Now, I have actually asked you guys in my Instagram account. If you follow me there, then you have known it already. And some of you have actually suggested today's topic, so I decided to list down a few things a Filipina fears when dating a foreigner.
Alright.
And by the way, if you are new here in my channel, hi, welcome. Thank you so much for clicking this video. My name is Meljin Salon. I make travel videos, which I have not done for such a long time already because of the pandemic.
Yeah,
I
I
also
can
make
imagine.
lifestyle
I know.
videos like raw living here in the Philippines, specifically in the countryside or the province here in Cebu. At the same time,
Cebu,
I make
that's my
sit-down
place, man,
videos
Cebu.
just like this one, with topics involving around Filipinas or foreigner dating or just foreigner here in the Philippines. So if you're interested to those kind of videos, then feel free to subscribe to my channel. All you have to do is to tap that subscribe button down below.
There you go.
And
Make
click
sure you guys
the bell
subscribe. Make sure you guys
notification
subscribe.
so you won't miss
Alright?
any of my videos. And also, my birthday is coming. That's gonna be a best birthday gift. Thank you so much. Before we begin, I just want to make a disclaimer that all of the things that I'm going to mention in this video are just my opinion, coming from my observation, my experiences, since I am a Filipina myself. So
Yes.
without further ado, here's number one Filipina fears when dating a foreigner.
Big bananas is right up there.
Okay, well, I know this sounds hilarious to you, and you might not
A little bit,
expect
a little
it
bit.
at all, but yes, I would have to agree that it's quite funny to think that some Filipinas fear of their partner having a big banana. Now, you might be asking, why did I put this as the number one fear? Because this is the frequently asked question to those Filipina that are in a relationship with a foreigner. Most of their girlfriends or even their boyfriends, and also especially their gay friends, would normally pop this question as soon as they realize that you have a foreigner boyfriend or foreigner husband even. I don't know where is this perception originated, to be honest, but as far as I can remember, I have been hearing this since I was young, that foreigners are known to having bigger D,
Bigger
yes,
D's,
D,
eh?
than most of Filipino men. And I think this is the exact reason as to why some other Filipinas have this fear, especially when other Filipinas that have engaged with their foreign partner or that have experience sexually with their foreign partner starts to kiss and tell with a lot of exaggeration that it could come up here.
Yeah,
And
it doesn't.
I know that's quite funny.
It is funny because I actually talked to my friend about it that was dating one of my other friends. And she told me the first thing she was terrified when they started dating, it was gonna be massive, you know. And then she turned out was like, oh, it's not so bad, you know. But then again, I have another one of my other friends, and she told me, yeah, she was surprised, like, oh, it's not. She was scared for no reason. Like, there's another friend with a little like smaller banana, and she said it's not true what they say about black guys. They're like, oh. So she's like, yeah, we both started laughing. Not saying about me, but there's another guy. We both started laughing, and she was like, yeah, it's not true. So don't be scared, okay? Don't be scared of us, like black men or people of color or even foreigners. Don't be scared of them, okay? It's not always true. I'm pretty sure she's gonna tell you guys it's not always true. It's not always bigger, all right? Sometimes maybe the same size or even smaller. Not saying it's me. Just not saying it's me. Not me.
But does it? Let me know in the comments down below. That's quite hilarious. So yeah, to be honest, Filipinas have this fear of it might be too big and they might not be able to take it, or it might be too rough, and you know, just like everything in between. And yeah, there are really some Filipinas that really fear about this.
Speaking English, yes, that's another
Some
one.
Filipinos can be too timid. Most, if not all, lacks courage and confidence.
You gotta make sure you
Now,
speak nice
this
and
is
loud.
actually the most common reason as to why Filipinos doesn't want to date foreigner because of the fear of speaking in English.
Not
Or
be
in
able
fact,
to.
if we think about it, English is actually our second language here in the Philippines. Now, most Filipinas have this fear of not being able to express their feelings and emotions towards their foreigner partner or foreigner boyfriend, and especially when argument arises, which would result to the lack of communication.
Yeah,
And you know
I
what?
can
It
imagine how
takes
tough
a
that must
lot
be.
to a Filipina to have the confidence in speaking in English freely for the reason that they don't want to be laughed at because of their wrong grammar or mispronunciation. Because to be honest, here in the Philippines, Filipinos can be very judgmental towards one another. Now, for example,
Yeah, they call it the crab mentality. I heard that a lot. That they'd like to drag people down, and their own like Filipinos and Filipino. They like to drag people down. There's some of them, not all of them. Some of them like to drag them down, and that's a problem, right? Because I had this one friend. Well, we're still friends right now, and he speaks English very, very well. He's from the Philippines, born and raised, and he speaks English very well. And every time when he talks, people think like he's not from the Philippines. He wasn't born there. He has to be like or travel abroad or something like. But no, he's actually over there as a teacher, and he speaks very good English, and he's full Filipino. And he like if you heard him like without looking at him, you wouldn't think he's Filipino. Like his voice is so like I would say like from North American. Okay, he sounds like a North American. He doesn't have any accent, nothing. But when he speaks like Cebuanan, that's when the accent comes out, and you can hear it. Like he sounds like he's native. You can hear it. So yeah.
if your statement is grammatically wrong, then they will laugh at you. And if you mispronounce a word, they will make fun of you. This is why if you're a foreigner asking for directions here in the Philippines
rather not answer.
from, for example, a
Or
group of
just
friends that you
directions.
see along the way, they would normally hesitate and push one another as to who will answer you because they don't
Yes.
want to speak in English.
Yes,
they don't
I've seen
wanna,
that.
have a wrong grammar, a wrong pronunciation, and the other friends will hear them and they will be bullied for the entire day.
Really?
Compared to someone walking alone,
I did not know
and ask
that.
directions from them, then they would be gladly help you and they will do their best
I
to
noticed
speak
that.
English, and even with hand gestures or even take you to where you want to go. And they wouldn't care in speaking English because what? There's no one that will
No one
judge
around.
them. And that's a really sad reality here in the Philippines. People can really make fun of you if you commit a mistake, especially in speaking in English. And you know, I really hope and wish that we could normalize speaking in English freely without being judged.
Yeah, that's true. That would be good.
Most Filipinas are raised with the idea of getting married and having kids in the future. Now, one of the fear of Filipina dating a foreigner is being left and miserable. Since some foreigners would come to the Philippines on a holiday, most Filipinas would not want to date them in view of the fact that they're only going to be here for
Yeah.
a short period of time.
I've heard this actually, and I think there's a term for it. Vacation girlfriend. And they don't like being called a vacation girlfriend. They want something serious. So if you're not serious, don't go over to the Philippines. Don't be breaking these girls' hearts. That's what I gotta say, man. If you guys want to go to the East to find a good girlfriend, man, find a good girlfriend. If you want to just go have fun, don't do that. Don't go over to the East. Don't go over to the Philippines if you want to have fun. Stay here in North America. Have fun with these girls. But when you're ready to go find a wife or someone good that will take care of the family, has strong family morals, someone that you know that would show you love, that you can love back, go to the Philippines. Don't mess around with the girls, okay? When you go over there, all right? Got plenty of those here.
And the possibility of them coming back is pretty slim. Filipinas want a serious relationship. There are only a few out there that would want to have fun and play around.
Yeah.
But most of them would really want a relationship
And they're very
that
loyal.
could lead to marriage. They want to love and be loved, and they want to have a partner in life, just like any other women in the world. And most Filipinas actually have a fear of engaging with someone that might not be there forever. all the more when he's not in the same country as her. That could result to having a long distance relationship, which they have
rough.
heard a lot of horror stories.
Yep.
Long distance is actually not a good kind of relationship to be in, and yes, I would have to say from my experience,
She
it
tried,
can
okay.
be notoriously difficult and complicated, especially
trust.
most Filipinas can be very clingy. So most Filipinas don't want to date someone that they don't see a future with, and obviously they don't want to be left with whatever reason.
Yeah. Okay, I gotta agree with that statement. That's really true, because I would say, speaking to some of the Filipinas over there, I was gonna make a whole video about it, and like when I was over there in the Philippines, but I kind of like squashed it. But I did interview some Filipinas, and they did tell me that they hate the long distance relationship. The reason why they hate it is, like you said, clingy. But the other thing too, like if you don't call them at a certain time, like they will think you're doing something, and it's hard sometimes. But then again, that's when it comes back to like trust. I always told them, so you don't trust them. Is that what it is? So, and they're like, well, I trust them, but if you're supposed to call me at this time, don't call me. I think something's going on, or he's finding someone else. But I'm like, well, you got to give him some time. Sometimes people get busy, but then they're like, no, actually, it happened to me before. And I said, well, why do you keep dating these guys then, having long distance relationships? And I'm like, he was really good to me and cute, and I was really into him. So, like I said, when I feel from my experience and what I heard is that Filipinos really, when they think you're the one, you're the one. Don't mess around with them. Okay, that's all I'm getting over. Don't mess around with them. They're loyal to you, no one else.
So, as what they say, we are entitled to our own opinion. However, if that opinion becomes a judgment to others, that's when it becomes a problem. Most Filipinas have a fear of being judged, particularly with other Filipinas. Now, if you're dating a foreigner here in the Philippines, some people would think that you are dating him because of
money.
his money.
Right away.
Since
Instantly.
most, if not all, Filipinos have this perception that if you are a foreigner, then you're rich.
No, not always the truth.
Then you're rich. Most Filipinos don't want to be thrown with statements like, only desperate Filipinas are dating foreigners.
That's not true,
You're
though.
only dating a foreigner because you need a visa. You're only dating a foreigner because you want to get out of poverty.
No, but what if the foreigner is the one that came there looking for a wife? Wait, you're not allowed to find wives from other places in the world? That's the mentality. I gotta admit, I didn't like that part when I heard that. I heard this before, and I didn't like that part. Because, like, if you, like, a lot of people I know, they go over to the Philippines and they find great wives that they want to spend the rest of their life with. But like, they were telling me when they're out there in the public, though, it's like, you don't want to be affectionate to the foreigners, especially the ones like, because everyone stares, and it's true. Everyone stares at you. They see you walking around with another girl. Because when I was in the Philippines, I had one of my friends walking around, and people thought like, oh, he's just dating. Is they dating? Or no, she was just my friend showing me things, and she spoke very good English, and people assumed things were going on, and it wasn't. So I understand that part, and like, cause I know, because there was eyes on me too, and eyes on her all the time. I almost told her, why? Who cares? Like, my mentality is like, I don't care, because I feel like most of the times when you see people, you're probably never gonna see them again. So I'll say hi to them, what up, and I'll be myself. And if they want to talk to me again, we'll talk. And if not, it's whatever, as long as you're not affecting me. And that's what I try to get across to my friend that time. It doesn't affect you. We're not doing anything. Let's just go have fun. That's it.
You're only dating a foreigner because you want a Western passport. You're only dating a foreigner because you want financial security. You're only dating a foreigner because you want his money. You're only dating a foreigner because you want a baby with blue eyes. Now, these are the most
blue eyes. What about our dark eyes? What about us? What about us?
Will throw at you if you're dating a foreigner here in the Philippines, especially if you're a younger Filipina with an older boyfriend. Some people here will really look at you from head to toe while judging you in their minds. It's sad, but that's the reality.
That is sad.
Let's take, for example, When you were able to build a house, when you were able to buy a car, or when you have a nice bag, or when you're wearing something expensive, or when you go eat in a fancy restaurant and you have a foreigner boyfriend or you have a foreigner husband, people here will judge you. Yep. They're gonna say, you were just able to achieve all that because of your foreigner, because of your foreigner husband, because of your foreigner boyfriend. There are only a few Filipinos that can really take all of these judgments.
Yep.
Filipinas are naturally born small and petite. An average Filipina height is 5 feet, and some are even shorter than that. Just like any other women, Filipinas have physical insecurities, and that physical insecurities includes small breasts,
oh my god, really?
Brown skin tone, and even dark armpits. These physical insecurities prevent
That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful.
Trying to date a foreigner. Now, based on my search on Google, it says that Filipino women have the smallest natural breasts in the world.
She looks at it
again. And women.
But the thing about it, like I hear that they're saying about that, but the tones, like men like that, like men in the West like that, and that's not the problem. Like I said, most of the guys who are going over to the Philippines from the West, they're looking for love. Like they're looking for a good girl. Like most of them. All right, there are some of them, you know, out there that just looking to have fun or they think go over to the Philippines and have some fun with these girls. But especially the older ones, most of them are honestly just trying to look for love and look for a good girl, and that's why they go to the Philippines. So they don't really look too much about the looks. Sure, looks is great. Looks is probably the first thing that draws you in, okay? Looks is going to be the first thing that draws you in and draws your attention to someone. But then after that is the respect and the conversation that happens. Like a lot of times. That's at least for me. All right?
From the United States have the largest cup size compared to females from other nations, while Filipinas have the smallest.
I like petite girls.
Okay.
I'll just put it out there.
Well,
I prefer petite girls.
Some Filipinas are also afraid to be rejected because of their brown skin tone. Now, I know that some of you might disagree to this because you might think that having this brown color or morena skin is beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
Even some of the female in the Western countries would put on some spray tan
try to look like
the skin color that we have.
It's kind of backwards.
But here in the Philippines, white is beautiful. That's why
it's so backwards though.
At the lotion or the soap
I never understood that
here in the Philippines in the department store, you can see that it has brightening ingredient. And also when you look at our celebrities here in the Philippines as well, you can tell that they have a white complexion skin. It is actually only now that social media is present that people here in the Philippines would appreciate a morena woman. You know what they say? You always want what you don't have. Now,
it's funny that she says that because for me, I've dated a lot of I dated a lot of like mixed women. When you think about it, I don't really date like pure white or pure black, but most of the times it's always a mix, like high complexion, like tan and stuff like that. Because that's just my preference, and I think a lot of people won't care like about your skin. And I think about it, like the Filipinas are beautiful, like, and a lot of people will tell you that. Some of the most beautiful people are from the Philippines, and that's just me being honest. That's not me trying to suck anything up or be a thing. I'm just saying, like a lot of people will tell you, a lot of the most beautiful people are from the Philippines. And you'd be surprised. I was surprised a couple of years ago when I did a video and found out how many actual like American celebrities are from the Philippines or have Filipino heritage in them. I was like, oh, I did not know that, but that kind of explains it after I watched the video. I think I'm gonna put a link somewhere down below. You guys can check it out or not. All right. Let's get back in this.
Some of the Filipinos would also want to have a prominent nose because here in the Philippines, if you have a prominent nose, then it makes you beautiful. And some would even want to have
one of those?
brighter armpit. This is also one of the strong insecurities that some of the Filipinas have. With dark armpits and chicken skin. This would actually prevent them from wearing sleeveless top or something sexy because here in the Philippines, as soon as you raise your hand, people that you're talking talking to or people around you will look at your armpit. Well, that concludes
Really?
my list
Jeez,
of
I did not know that
Filipino
one.
fears when dating a foreigner here in the Philippines. I know for sure that some of you have your fair share of Filipino fears when dating a foreigner. So if you're a Filipina or if you are a foreigner married to a Filipina and you have some observations or experiences, then feel free to comment it down below. I would love to read them. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you find it helpful. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up and share it to your friends. And also please comment